Ubisoft Montreal, as we all know, is well known for the long-running Assassin's Creed franchise, as well as their action-adventure first-person shooter Far Cry. I've always found their games unique in some way or another, but with their recent release, the highly anticipated For Honor, it is by far the most unique. For Honor is an online-only, third-person medieval hack-and-slash fighting game, which you choose from one of three factions to fight for, which are Knights, Vikings, and Samurai. Each faction has its own 4 unique heroes with their own unique movesets to learn and practice with, although you do have the option to fight with other heroes outside of your faction. But, is it worth the time and money? Well, let's start with the story. If you are someone who wants to be immersed into a well-written, mind-blowing story, For Honor is not the game for you. At best, it's average. In my opinion, the voice acting is subpar, and the game does get repetitive. Although I do have to give credit to Ubisoft for taking the time and putting in the effort to create a campaign for a game that is nothing more than just a glorified PvP. The campaign is not where For Honor shines though. For Honor's online multiplayer is its crowning achievement. Here you choose between 4 game modes, being Dominion, which is 4v4 that requires teamwork, eliminating other players, and capturing control points. Also, there's Deathmatch, in which you choose from 2 different sub-modes, Elimination or Skirmish. Elimination is exactly what it sounds like. Your goal is to work with your team to eliminate the opposing side. Skirmish is also 4v4, where you also work with your team to eliminate enemy players for points to reach 1,000. Lastly, the duel mode with the choice of 1v1 or 2v2 brawls. This is where Ubisoft's combat system, branded the Art of Battle, really shines through. PvP duels in For Honor are the most intense and fun game modes I believe I've ever been a part of. Not knowing when your opponent will make his or her next move and to what side has you on the edge of your seat throughout the entire round. Punishing your opponent when they make a mistake or taking advantage of an opening to ultimately win the fight is beyond satisfying. And after every match in every mode, win or loss, you have the chance of looting gear from the battlefield to improve your character's stats such as damage and defense. You also earn steel, which is in-game currency used to buy armor or weapon packs, and as you level up, the gear gets better. Character customization is another thing. It gives you the opportunity to change the color of your character, the material your armor is made of, and a few more things that are acquired through level progression and purchases with steel. For Honor's multiplayer does have its major flaws though. First of all, the most important one is that it does not use dedicated servers, but instead peer-to-peer connection. In turn means every player is playing off each other's internet connection. That right there is an opening for frustrating gameplay. If a player is far from their modem, for others the lag can be brutal, and if someone rage quits or just has to leave because dinner's ready, it could kick all players out of a match all at once. Luckily, if you're looking to play this on consoles, I've noticed it doesn't happen as often as it does on PC. The developers have mentioned they are working on improving connectivity in the near future, but nonetheless, it's still frustrating. It seems that it could use some tweaking as well, specifically when it comes to heroes. Glitches and exploits are used too often for there to be quote-unquote honorable fights, but luckily you'll be relieved to know that Ubisoft is currently patching those as well. Although it barely reaches its $60 price tag, or more if you buy the Season Pass, when it comes to any game, whether it has flaws or not, the question I always ask is it fun? And when it comes to For Honor, I do think it's fun, especially in 1v1 or 2v2 modes, and when it's not kicking you out of a match. Also, throwing friends in the mix to play alongside or against just adds to the overall excitement even more. But it might not be for everyone due to its steep learning curve. The ongoing faction war, where each match, win or loss, determines whether or not you will lose or gain territory on the map. It's a decent way of keeping players invested, and at the end of a round, the players in all factions are rewarded depending on how much territory that faction owns. Unfortunately, if the online connectivity and bugs aren't fixed, I can't say that I'll be playing this game in future as much as I am now. And other players that have the game feel the same way. So if this helped you make a decision when it comes to whether or not you will pick up For Honor, please leave a like and comment down below. Also, if you could subscribe for future reviews to see my thoughts on upcoming titles, I would appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching, and if you do decide to buy, I'll see you on the battlefield. You guys have yourself a fantastic day. I'll be back soon.